Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. This is episode 6 of Super Nerd Pals, your weekly conversational podcast about video games, comics, and everything else. My name is Andy, and you can find me on Twitter at Joe_Tuna. And here with me is Stan.
Hello.
And you can find him on Twitter at StanDoom.
Doom!
Doom!
You almost fucked that up.
I definitely fucked that up.
You caught yourself.
I caught myself.
It's my own fault for changing my Twitter handle, like, every week.
Yeah, I think this is the third Twitter handle that we've... Whatever.
No,
anyway.
I won't change it anymore, right?
Better not.
It's fine.
It's done. Done deal. Locked in.
Unless I can get a cool one.
For life.
Unless I can, like, secure rights to, like, a cool one.
See, he had a cool idea for one, and then finds out someone has it and hasn't been using it for, like, ever.
I also have an alternate Twitter handle that I stopped using, and I was going to go back and start using that one again. Like, change my primary to the handle of my secondary and just delete my secondary. But apparently somebody hacked my Gmail for that alternate Twitter, and I can't access it anymore. And it's a Russian. Some Russian person did it. I know why. You know why I can tell? Because the recovery question is in Russian.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And you know how when you try to send a recovery email, it's not to my primary email anymore. It's someone I don't recognize at all. So
at yahoo.r.co.
No, it's just like it's something that starts with an I and all the asterisks.com. So I have no idea like what domain starts with an I or anything. Anyway, I don't know why they wanted my email address so bad. There's like nothing on it. It's just like a dummy email account.
They really, just wanted your Twitter handle.
Really just wanted to fuck my fucking afternoon up with that wouldn't let me change my damn Twitter handle. That's all he wanted.
When was this?
When I was texting you like at some point last week when I was
about Twitter handles?
Yeah, about Twitter handles, and I was trying to come up with a new one.
That's hilarious. That's amazing.
Oh,
fuck that dude.
Amazing for who?
For that guy, apparently.
Yeah, for that guy. Ass.
So how was your week? Besides the whole Twitter.
My week was alright. Picked up Majora's Mask on Friday. Well, I guess I shouldn't say picked up. I downloaded it Thursday night.
I picked up the hard copy.
Yeah, I decided to go digital.
Well, you see, I wasn't going to pick it up at all this week, and then I was like, well, Destiny's sitting there collecting dust. Fuck this game.
So you traded it?
Hell yeah.
So I did the smart choice, and I never bought Destiny in the first place.
Well, I bought it off of a friend for like $20, so can't complain.
Were you able to pay for Majora's Mask in full that way, or?
Yeah, I actually traded in that Batman Season 1 of Adam West Batman, and something else. And then it was able to pay for Destiny and give me $10 extra. Nice.
What did you use the $10 extra for?
Headphones.
Headphones.
Unnecessary.
Yeah, so I picked up the digital because I did the digital download also for Smash Brothers when it came out. And it's just really convenient to have all my games on the system at once.
He also texted me like an hour before midnight that he was ready. And I asked him if he was going to the midnight launch, and he said, fuck no, I'm downloading this shit.
Hell yeah. Going out physically into the harsh elements of the winter season, or sitting on my bed watching Slowpoke as Majora's Mask downloads. Like, what's a better option?
I love that Slowpoke theme.
I was literally laying down and reading my comics that I picked up Wednesday while I was downloading. I played for half an hour, and then I went to bed. And then I played the rest of the weekend.
Because you're an old man.
Listen, some of us have to be up real early in the morning. But besides that, I picked up a couple comics. Darth Vader #1 came out.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty excited about that. Conan Red Sonja 2 also.
Oh, I'm so excited to hear about that.
Amazing Spider-Man 14, which is the finale. The supposed finale of Spider-Verse.
Wasn't there... The prologue is like next week, right?
Yeah, the epilogue is next in 2 weeks, I think. So I thought that this was going to be the last issue I have to pick up, but now I have to pick up the epilogue to find out what happens after.
You're not following Amazing after that?
No.
I'm definitely still going to continue to follow Amazing.
I know you are. And then Harley Quinn Valentine's Day special.
Oh my god.
And those are the books I picked up. What about you? How was your week?
I didn't get a chance to pick up anything this week. I'm definitely going... Well, I didn't pick it up last week. I'm definitely going this week to pick up stuff.
You say that, but...
No, it's definitely... I'm definitely going.
You have a lot of stuff to catch up on.
Well, alright, so... I haven't read Amazing Spider-Man at all since Spider-Verse started. So I'm just going to plow through that as soon as the day that comes that I pick up my comics. I also believe that I missed one issue of The Walking Dead. Other than that, I'm pretty much caught up on everything else. Caught up on Grayson, caught up on Star Wars, caught up on Vader.
Yeah, Vader.
Yeah.
Anyway, you want to get into some news?
Oh, yeah.
Let's do some news. How many items today? About 3.
3 things.
3 things to talk about. Number 1, Spider-Man joins the MCU.
Oh, man.
See, now you and I talked about this like a few weeks
ago. We fucking
ago.
predicted this shit.
Called it. I was like, they shot down the rumor, but I don't believe it because it would make them too much money.
It really would. Or maybe they heard our podcast and was like, this fucking guy is right.
I would want to agree with you, but nobody listens to our podcast, so nobody listened to that. Anyway, so Marvel writes on their website, which I think came out last week, the article. I know that I freaked out about it on Twitter when I saw it, but anyway. Marvel wrote, Spider-Man will first appear in a Marvel film from Marvel's MCU. Sony Pictures will thereafter release the next installment of Spider-Man in 2017. So that film will be co-produced by Kevin Feige at Marvel and Amy Pascal, who oversaw the franchise launch for the studio 13 years ago. Together, they will collaborate on a new creative direction for the web-slinger. Sony Pictures will continue to finance, distribute, and own the final creative control of the Spider-Man films. So Marvel and Sony Pictures are also exploring opportunities to integrate characters from the MCU into future Spider-Man films. What do you think about that?
So, I know that Sony didn't sell it to Marvel.
Yeah,
Sony still owns it. They just, struck a deal.
Yeah, so they basically, let them... Because, Sony wasn't doing so well on their own with Spider-Man.
Oh, they're not doing so well on their own with, I don't think, any Marvel character.
What else do they have?
They have Fantastic Four.
No, that's Fox. We went over that already.
Right. And who has X-Men?
Fox.
Fox?
I think Sony only has the Spider-Man universe. That whole, Spider-Man's rogues, his side characters.
Oh, I thought they had, all the other shitty ones that have been done. Maybe Blade.
Ones?
Well, Blade wasn't shitty, but
yeah, Blade's awesome.
I'm pretty sure they have Blade. I think they have Blade.
I don't even know.
Unless that's also Fox.
Whatever they have, they're not doing anything with it. If they do have...
Yeah. I mean, bro, you might as well just strike a deal with Marvel. Makes sense, and it'll make you money.
Yeah, because I know I'm, super excited for Spider-Man now.
I mean, I'm always super excited for anything with Spider-Man.
I know you are, but I didn't really see the last Amazing Spider-Man. Never...
You didn't see Amazing Spider-Man 2?
No, I didn't.
Yo, I'm lending you that shit on Blu-ray right after this.
Alright, I'll watch it, but I can't promise I'll enjoy it.
You have to enjoy it. What the fuck are you talking
about? Why do I have to enjoy it? Obviously it wasn't good if they have to do this.
It was good. It didn't do well in the box office.
Because people are tired.
But it was a really good movie.
People are tired of it.
Fuck you. I saw that shit twice.
Alright, well, I'll see it and then I'll tell you how I feel.
What do you think they're going to go for with title-wise?
Just Spider-Man.
You think so?
Marvel Spider-Man or something.
I guess if you throw Marvel in it, then it changes shit. But
they can go...
Ultimate.
If you want to put... I guess they could put Ultimate, but if you put Ultimate, people are going to be demanding Miles. So unless they do Miles...
Well, they don't have to do Miles for Ultimate.
They don't, but now Miles is more synonymous with Ultimate presently than Peter is.
I guess.
I would say if they were going to just do Spider-Man, to do Spectacular.
Oh, that would be nice.
Spectacular Spider-Man, or you could do Friendly Neighborhood, but I wouldn't like that.
Who the fuck would name that movie?
There's also Peter Parker Spider-Man, which was another ongoing back in the day.
Really?
Yeah, it was you had Web of Spider-Man, which would also...
That I've heard of.
That wouldn't be a bad title.
Web of Spider-Man?
That'd be kind of cool, actually.
That would be.
Web of Spider-Man.
I feel like Madam Web has to be incorporated into that franchise, though.
Yeah, maybe.
That would be really cool. And lead off into the Spider Wars.
But yeah, I guess just Spider-Man. Because so far they haven't announced any like subtitle or preceding like title for it.
And I guess they can go with just Marvel Spider-Man. Because when Sony had it, it was just Spider-Man. Marvel wasn't in the title.
The first three movies were just Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And they did amazing. So I want them. They could go back and just like throw Marvel up there.
I can see that working out. I wonder who they're gonna cast. Like, I'm just so interested in the series.
I'm really interested with what they're gonna do with it because I feel like they're probably not gonna do.
Well, we've already seen Sandman. We've seen Green Goblin. New Goblin. Who else have we seen? Like a shitload of random fucking lackeys.
Did you see Rhino? We've seen Venom.
There was like 20 seconds of Rhino.
Okay, we've seen Rhino, Electro. Who else? Who was it? Doc Ock?
Oh yeah, Doc Ock, which was probably one of the best Spider-Man movies.
Spider-Man 2 was great.
Yeah.
I would say I would want to see. You kind of have to do Goblin.
Oh, and the Lizard.
You have to do Green Goblin.
I don't feel they have to do.
You have to because he's Spider-Man's
they,
like Joker.
They have to eventually.
They have to get there, but they don't have to do it immediately.
That's what I'm saying.
They can do like a Dark Knight Joker Goblin.
I was thinking about that just now, like that they should do Spider-Man, and then Spider-Man 2 show Goblin.
Yeah, I would like to see Doc Ock again because why not? They could do Kraven. Kraven would be a badass movie to do with Spider-Man. Because Kraven is one of Spider-Man's like biggest enemies.
I'd kind of like to see Vulture.
I would want to see, I guess I could see Vulture, but I really feel like Kraven would be like the big. They would need to do Kraven, a better version of Venom.
Oh, we need a way better
version of Venom.
And we need a way better version of Black Suit Spider-Man.
Yeah, and I would like to see Black Cat in some capacity.
Oh, that would be fucking awesome too.
Just don't put Silk in it, please.
Why not?
Fuck Silk.
What's your beef with Silk?
Because she's stupid. I feel like she's like this Mary Sue character who just
Didn't she
shows
just
up.
get like a spin-off comic also?
Yeah, and fuck that book. Nobody buys Silk. Everyone who's gonna go buy Silk, go buy Spider-Gwen instead.
When does Spider-Gwen start? Did it start?
25th. So 2 weeks.
Oh, 2 weeks. Oh, at the same time Leia starts.
Yeah, Leia. Alright, so that's that. I heard that they were gonna put Spider-Man in Civil War. That's gonna be his first movie that he shows up in.
I also heard that they are considering doing an after credit for the new Avengers movie,
Ultron?
with Spider-Man.
They have to like slap that together really quick because isn't that coming out May?
Well, no, I'm saying after credits. I mean,
they have to like just put something
so
together.
Look at
quick.
the teaser for Thor. It was just like a fucking hammer thrown somewhere, and like, oh look, Thor's hammer.
They're just make and then it'll be just like his webbing.
It's just gonna be Peter Parker in the background. Thwip thwip.
Thwip thwip. They could just pull the entire end sequence of the first Spider-Man movie and just make that the after credit sequence. Him swinging through the buildings and then on the flagpole, the American flag. That's it. Man. But just CGI in the Freedom Tower behind him, so you know it's like present day.
But not even properly CGI it, poorly CGI it. Like, make it look like you did no work.
Yeah, just like slap it in there. Don't even like have one frame that they added in Photoshop, like a completely like terribly lit, completely different time of day Freedom Tower.
It's gonna be like that thing was let's say it's at night, we'll get a picture of the Freedom Tower in the morning.
Yeah, with the sun reflected off of it.
Oh man. These ideas.
So have him in Civil War is like a must because he's such a big part of Civil War in the comics, you know. And then have his ass in Infinity War.
Oh, I mean everyone has to be in like Infinity War.
Yeah, they need to fucking where my X-Men at. Get my X-Men now.
We also need the Guardians, obviously.
Guardians is given, but like get X-Men from Fox and like put them in Infinity War. You know how crazy that would be?
Would it? I mean, I guess anything is doable now that Sony kind of just gave up their...
Yeah, you can do anything now.
I mean, no one else is really doing good Marvel movies.
I would argue that X-Men's doing pretty damn good right now.
Okay, now.
Yeah, now.
After, like, years of failure.
After 3 in Origins, they, like, redeemed themselves, I would say, with First Class.
Okay, and then we had Wolverine.
Wolverine was good.
It was alright.
I thought, you don't like Wolverine because of Silver Samurai.
Yeah, that's the only
But
thing.
I don't really care about Silver Samurai, so the rest of that movie was, like, kind of cool for me.
I mean, the movie was cool. It had a, I guess, good concept. But then, like, fucking Days of Future Past kind of just reboot that shit.
Yeah, they, like, retconned all of it, so.
Yeah, so why would you make a movie to just be like, nah, don't count?
I don't care. I still liked it.
Fuck that.
It's like being mad, like, if you were reading regular... Well, I guess a lot of people were mad about when they rebooted it and made it DC New 52.
Oh my god.
The people who were like...
Everyone was fucking pissed.
Yeah, but you know what? I didn't start, like, really reading the comics every month.
Well,
until
neither did
after
I.
the New 52, so...
I felt more able to follow them.
Like,
I would
pick up the graphic novels pre-New 52, but once New 52 hit, that's when I was, like, kind of more collecting month to month. Following, so it doesn't really bother me at all. Like, I don't care.
I mean, you go like every week.
I do go every week.
I go like month to month.
You go month to month. I go every week to the comic shop because, man, I just can't go, like, too long without reading the next installment or whatever I'm reading.
I mean, I guess.
That's, like, my hobby now. Your hobby is more video games. You buy, like, everything that comes out.
I don't buy everything that comes out.
Man, Donkey Kong? Where is that? Where is Donkey Kong?
Shut up.
All right. The second item on the list. I literally did not know this until probably this morning or yesterday, but the news has been around for a while. But Spider-Man 2099 is getting canceled.
That makes me sad.
That makes me sad too.
I was following it.
Yeah, I got the news from Comic Book Resources. Dave Richards is the writer. He said that this May, following Spider-Man 2099's conclusion, so it's ending in May. Peter David and Will Sliney moved to Secret Wars 2099, which is part of the upcoming Secret Wars event. Essentially, Spider-Man's getting canceled, 2099, and the team, the writer, and the artist are moving straight to Secret Wars 2099, and they're going to continue that. I don't give a damn. You know why I don't give a damn? Because I only care about Spider-Man 2099. I don't care about Avengers 2099. I don't really care about the Maestro, the future Hulk.
Well, are they doing... Oh, they're doing Secret Wars 2099.
Yeah.
So you're not going to be following that shit at all.
I mean, it depends, because I know I said I would follow Convergence, but I don't care too much about Convergence, honestly. I care more about Secret Wars.
I don't think any of us are going to follow Convergence.
I might. I'm going to look into it and see if I care about it, but I might not care about it enough to keep going.
I'll probably have a way of getting my sources of Convergence.
If you're going to start reading Secret Wars, you got to be on top of that, though. You can't pull a Spider-Verse and, like...
Well, no, Secret Wars is going to be, like...
You have to, like... But also, I don't think you're going to be able to follow every single side story that branches out.
Why not?
Because there's going to be stuff... Are you going to follow Planet Hulk?
Fuck Planet Hulk.
All right, then. So you're not going to follow all of it. I can see you maybe following the main and then, like, 2099. And maybe X-Men 92 if that gets its own ongoing. If that gets its own, like, ongoing or mini, then I'm fucking following that too. I don't care what I'm following. X-Men 92, man.
I don't know if I'll follow X-Men 92 if it gets its
Why
own
not?
ongoing. I'm not really that hardcore into, like, X-Men.
Did you watch the cartoon growing up?
Hell yeah.
So it's the cartoon.
Oh, so then I'm definitely
Yeah,
following that
the
shit.
comic is that cartoon universe.
Oh yeah, then I'm following that shit.
Yeah,
Done.
come on. I knew you would be about that.
I'm gonna just read it.
Yeah.
Musicians.
God, I love that cartoon. Doesn't make any sense if you ever try to go back and watch it today. It makes no sense.
I haven't watched it since I was younger.
It's like the Spider-Man 90s show. Have you ever seen that cartoon?
Fuck you. I watched that shit recently. I love it.
It makes no sense. It's like it's like boom, 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 like all these things happen at once. It's like crazy. They don't breathe in that show.
All right. So, have you ever rewatched it?
Yes.
Like from start to finish?
Not start to finish, but I've seen episodes like presently.
Did you watch the last episode presently?
Where
Spider-Man meets Stan Lee?
Yes.
That is the most fucking confusing ending ever. Left off on a cliffhanger where, like, where the fuck's Mary Jane? I don't know. Never find out.
No, Madam Web was like, I'm gonna show you, and then that was it. You didn't get to see it.
And then what was it? Spider-Man Unlimited got like 13 episodes. I got really hardcore into that shit, and then boom, canceled.
I didn't really care about Unlimited too much. For a second, I thought that Unlimited was going to be $20.99, like a cartoon version of that, but it wasn't. So I was like, yeah.
But it was cool as hell.
It was like weird, as like animal people or something.
Well, he's on a different planet.
I know that. It's still weird.
And then I like the redesign for Carnage and Venom.
Never saw that.
What? It's like first episode.
Evidently, I didn't care enough to remember. So.
Oh my god.
So there you go.
Go back and watch that shit. It's on Netflix.
Unlimited?
Yeah, it's like 13 episodes.
God, I'm gonna see an episode and I'm gonna be texting you like, what the fuck am I watching? What the hell is this?
I mean, he also gets this really cool Power Ranger wristwatch, which like fucking turns him into Spider-Man. And he has a cape.
I know his cape. I know of it.
Boom.
You can't boom me with that. If he had a giant robot, then sure.
Bro, he's like Great Saiyan Man.
Like Spider-Man.
But Spider-Man.
I don't know, man. Also, the last couple episodes of the Spider-Man cartoon is like Proto-Spider-Verse.
Really?
Yeah, where all the Spider-Man from the different universes get together. You had like the Spider-Man with the Doc Ock arms, and you got like Spider-Carnage. And then he sees Uncle Ben in a different universe.
Oh, man.
Do you not remember that?
No. I watched it a few years ago, but, well, I guess it's not recently if it was a few years ago.
Watch the last couple episodes of the Spider-Man cartoon again. He meets up with all the other versions of the Spider-Man from, like, different universes.
I like the weird animations.
It
The really brings us back to what we were first talking about, the really shitty CGI.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Spider-Man. And he's, like, swinging through, like, the weird city.
At least it's not like the cartoon Spider-Man from, like, way before.
I'm surprised they didn't use 90s Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse. They used Unlimited. Unlimited was there for, like, a panel. He was there.
For a panel?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Or it was a page, maybe.
And they definitely used this guy's Spider-Man. What is it? The Marvel Spider-Man now? Ultimate?
Yeah, Miles.
No. The Disney show.
Oh, yeah,
Drake Bell?
He's there for a while, yeah.
Yeah.
Unlimited had, like, a page, I think. And then 60 Spider-Man had his own, like, side story.
I
And
fucking
team up.
hate that show.
That was... What? Come on, it's so funny.
I don't know. It's kind of like... It's like the love-hate relationship I have with Batman. Adam West Batman, except for Adam West isn't in it, and it's not live action. Oh my god, it just made me think of it. Did you ever watch the live-action Spider-Man show?
Which one?
From, like, the 60s?
Or this... Wasn't... I know there was a 70s one.
Was it the 70s? I don't know. It was
He, like,
really...
threw ropes out of his
Yeah,
wrist? That's the 70s one.
Oh my god.
And he had, like, the walking like that.
Oh my god, that show was fucking amazing.
Yeah, like, I only really saw, like, clips of it, but...
I think I was looking for Spider-Man on Netflix and I found that, and I watched it.
Is it
and
on
I could
Netflix?
not. I don't think it is anymore, but it was at one point. Man, that show is amazing.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. News 3. Princess Leia #1 comes out next week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah! So, in case you don't know what Leia is about, got this from Comics Alliance. Janelle Asselin writes that in Princess Leia 1, readers will follow Leia's story immediately following the events of Star Wars 4 New Hope. Writer Mark Waid and artist Terry Dodson promise we would see a lot of political intrigue and action, which is great. First of all, I want to mention that Mark Waid and Terry Dodson are the creative team on Leia.
Yeah.
How awesome is that?
That kind of, like, I was debating on following Leia, but that team just fucking, like...
Mark Waid does Daredevil right now, and Daredevil's fucking awesome. Like, it's my favorite Daredevil. Like, honestly, like, that, his whole run is probably my favorite.
See, I haven't read the whole thing. I've read like bits and pieces, but I really like it. That's something I want to start following when I can pick up the volumes.
And Terry Dodson, I know from the original Harley Quinn run.
Oh man!
So I honestly I read that run and I didn't really like it. It's kind of, I guess, it's a problem Harley Quinn has in general in her ongoings. It's just not. It's not really good, but the art is awesome. So
I mean, what can you expect from Harley Quinn? She just chills in Coney Island. Sometimes, I guess, smoking weed because the scratch and sniff issue.
Man, that scratch and sniff issue was pretty cool.
Yeah, I have like 3 of them.
This is like smelling the pizza, and it's like ew, but this is also kind of appetizing to smell. It was just weird.
Does not smell like New York pizza.
I have two copies of the scratch and sniff. One that I opened and read, and then one that I'm not going to open.
Well, then there's also the issues that have like different scents.
Yeah, the international.
Like the sugar cookie or gingerbread cookie one.
Had like a Christmas tree smell or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have that and the regular one unopened, and then one of the regular one opened.
So I'm actually pretty excited about Leia. I don't know why they really love the whole time period after A New Hope and before Empire.
They could have easily taken this moment to make this between 6 and 7.
I guess you know what? They have so many opportunities to do that, but they're not going to do it. At least not yet. But I do like how Leia starts like right after the closing credits of the movie of Episode 4, and like goes from there.
Yeah, that definitely makes me want to read the first issue, and see how it is. Especially that it takes place like directly after, even though Vader and Star Wars there's some time difference.
Yeah. All right. So that's the news. That's what we got this week. You want to talk about Arrow and Flash?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So you talk about Arrow because I didn't see Arrow.
Okay. So Arrow was the episode was pretty much about Malcolm Merlyn comes to Ollie and is like, bro, stop your bullshit. We need to fuck up Ra's al Ghul. The only way that's gonna happen is if Thea knows that you're the Green Arrow. And then we need to go train. So he tells Thea, and then this dude that works for Thea, he was working for Ra's al Ghul, and he finally he went to attack Thea, and then Arsenal comes out of nowhere and like puts an arrow in him, or tries to, and then Malcolm Merlyn comes out of nowhere and like tries to kill him, and the dude eats cyanide and like he dies, which I'm thankful for because I fucking hated that guy. He annoyed me. He just looked like a cynical fuck.
Cynical fuck.
Yeah, and the episode ended off with Oliver and Thea being on the island that Oliver was stuck on. So, and I know next episode's going to be with Slade.
Are they going to grow long hair and beards also on the island?
No, they're only going to be there for like 3 days.
Oh.
But I don't care. If Slade's involved, they're obviously going to let him out of his prison, and knowing Slade, he's escaping.
Any Updates on Adam?
Nothing.
Damn it. Come on already.
Nothing.
Give me Adam. Give it to me.
Maybe soon. And I know Oliver also finally accepted Laurel as Black Canary. Or the Canary.
The Canary?
Yeah, that's what she goes by.
The Arrow. They don't like colors on this show.
I know.
They
even skipped Roy from being Red Arrow to Arsenal.
They just do not like identifying their characters with colors.
I guess fuck colors?
Why don't they call him Red Flash?
Well, they did call him the Scarlet Speedster.
But yeah, I guess you're right. That's why Flash is better.
Because no colors?
They're not afraid to approach color subject.
What would they name Batman in Gotham? Black Bat?
The Dark Knight. The dark-colored...
Colorless...
Grayscale Knight.
Grayscaled?
Yeah.
Knowing them, they're gonna just do like an all-black Batman suit. I like the gray Batman suit, though. The gray with the, like, navy blue.
I like the Adam West costume.
Isn't that navy blue and gray?
Yeah. That should just
and
be
not black?
No matter who plays him, they should just all wear the Adam West costume.
The really shitty-looking one?
Yeah. Every single one, like Ben Affleck in the Adam West costume.
That would make that movie, like, 20 times more hilarious.
Like, what the hell? It's like, I thought you were a billionaire. How are you, like, why are you wearing, like...
Why are you wearing a morph suit?
Why are you wearing a Comic-Con outfit? What are you doing?
Is this supposed to intimidate me? I don't get it.
So, Flash.
Oh, man, Flash.
Flash.
No Gorilla Grodd.
The Human Torch this week. Johnny Storm.
Hold on. Now that you brought that up, I just remembered where Barry had him, like, pinned on the wall. And he was like, don't. And then he, like, turned the fire on and he said, flame on. And I just, like, I had to pause the episode and I was like, did that really just happen?
I like that they put that joke in there.
The Fantastic Four pun?
Because that is Johnny Storm, isn't it?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Human Torch.
Yeah. I mean, Human Torch, I don't know. This episode just was kind of eh.
Yeah. Not the best week for a Flash. I do like
I'm extremely excited for this week's.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Oh, man.
I like the little device that they put on Firestorm, though, because that's essentially the symbol on his costume in the comics.
Yeah.
So that was a nice touch.
He's presumed as dead, I guess.
Yeah, but that's...
He's coming back.
Yeah, he's coming back. They don't take, like, half the season setting him up to just have him be done.
In, like, less than an episode.
Yeah.
I'm really excited that they showed more on Barry's mom's murder.
Yeah.
The case on that. What was with that chick? Trying to seduce, like, Cisco and cop number 3.
I thought that was funny.
That shit was hilarious.
You mean Barry's, like, other dad?
Yeah, cop number 3.
Who's cop 2?
I don't fucking
Who's
know.
cop 1?
We just skipped to cop 4 for cop 4. Eddie Thawne.
We have to get these people's names down because we can't be calling them numbers.
Joe.
All right, cop 1 is James Gordon.
Joe West.
Joe West. Cop 1 is James Gordon because there's only one number 1 cop, and that's
has to be
James Gordon.
James Gordon.
Or Jim Gordon. James is his son.
Fuck that dude.
Jim Gordon is cop number 1. Cop number 2...
Barbara?
No. Cop number 2... Is Barry even a cop? No, he's like CSI.
He's not even CSI. He's like intern.
Cop number 1, Jim Gordon. Cop number 2, Bruce Wayne.
Alright, so many people are going to be mad at you for doing that.
Why?
Because Batman should be number 1?
No, because he's not officially a cop. So if you go by official cop distinction, that makes Jim Gordon number 1.
Then that makes Batman should be cop 4.
No. If you want to do that, then he's like cop 5, and then like cop 6 is like Barry. Because they're not cops.
How about we put Detective Bullock as cop 2?
No, because he's awful at his job. That would make Joe West cop 2. And then other guy cop 3, and then detective cop 4.
This has gone on too long.
Alright, we're moving on. Walking Dead.
Oh, man.
Thoughts?
So, 2 episodes of Walking Dead to fill in on.
Yeah.
So, last week's episode, they killed off Tyrese.
Rip.
Peace, Tyrese. You will not be missed.
Rip in peace, Macho Man Randy Savage. Ooh, yeah.
Had to throw that in. Anyway, so Tyrese died, and I just didn't care.
You didn't care.
No.
Everyone else on the planet seemed to care.
Fuck Tyrese in the show.
Why?
I don't know. Tyrese is like my favorite character in the comic books. He is seriously number 1. And
so why don't you like him in the show?
He's underdeveloped.
Everyone's underdeveloped on this show.
No, he's like extremely underdeveloped. All the reasons that he was badass in the comic did not apply in this show.
If your name is not Daryl Dixon, you're underdeveloped.
He was Rick's right hand man. Up until a certain point. Up until his death. There was also the issue of The Walking Dead where he had that falling out with Rick, and him and Rick like fucking almost killed each other, and they fucked each other up like pretty damn bad. And there's also the one issue where him and Glenn decide that they want to clear out the gym of the prison. So it's like him, Tyrese, Glenn, and 2 other people who die. But later on, no one cares about them. And so they go to clear out the gym, and they start getting overthrown with zombies. And then fucking Glenn's like, we need to fall back. And at this point of the series, Tyrese had just lost his girlfriend. I believe it was his girlfriend. And so he was like, nah, I'm fucking these guys up. So he was like whooping ass with a hammer. Glenn left him, closed the fucking gym door, and was like, well, he's dead. And like walked away. And Rick was somewhere doing Rick things.
Rick things.
Stuff. Things.
Stuff and things.
Yeah. So when Rick came back, he was like, where the fuck's Tyrese? And Glenn was like, oh, he dead.
He dead?
Yeah.
That's all he said.
He dead.
He, D-E-D. He dead.
And then Rick was like, nah, man, I'm not taking that bullshit. I want to see a body. So Glenn went to go show him where Tyrese was dead, or presumed dead. And Tyrese was just like laying on the floor next to hundreds of zombie bodies, and looked up at Rick and was like, I fucking murdered them all. I'm a badass. And passed out. Not a scratch on him, just a lot of zombie blood.
So maybe he's just sleeping.
Hey, he was just like, I'm gonna sleep it off.
I'm gonna take a nap.
But also, his death in the show was really anticlimactic.
What a day. And then he just...
Yeah, it was just like, bit by a zombie. Let me use this arm to get bit by another zombie. And then, like, that was it. That was it. His death, Herschel stole his death.
What do you mean?
Where Herschel died and how Herschel died was how Tyrese died in the comics. And Herschel died where Bob died. Do you know who Bob is? The dude who got his...
I'm unfamiliar with Bob.
Bob was this dude who played like Tyrese's sister's love interest. Mm. And he got his leg eaten by cannibals. And that's where Herschel was supposed to die. Or not Herschel, Dale. Where the fuck did Herschel die?
You're right.
I don't remember where Herschel died.
In the comics?
Yeah. Herschel died somewhere down the line. But all the deaths are fucked up in this show. They're all just like...
Well, yeah.
Thrown.
You have to, like, have a fucked up death.
Man. I just want armless Rick and eyeless Carl. Carl without an eye is so fucking badass. Like when he wakes up from his mini coma after losing an eye, he tells Rick, like, where's mom? Because he lost a part of his memory. And he was like, Carl, your mom is dead. And Carl's just like, oh, alright, fuck that bitch.
Oh my god.
Like, he doesn't care. He doesn't have feelings. He's just soulless.
He's a sociopath?
Oh, he kind of regains some of his memory and his not sociopathic ways. But he's still, like, he's way better developed now. And I really like Carl.
In the show?
No, fuck the show, Carl. He's a little bitch.
Oh my god.
Talking about comics.
You have strong feelings about this TV show.
I have a lot of issues with it. And I thought on this week's episode of The Walking Dead, not really much has happened. They're on their way to where they're going, which is, I can't even remember, Washington. And nothing really happened, just kind of showed Daryl being depressed after the death of this chick. And yeah, it didn't really go nowhere. The most I thought was like Rick was gonna get bitten by a zombie. But that didn't happen. And that was it. It was really dull.
So you're following Gotham, right?
Yeah.
Tonight
is...
This episode is going to be the Joker episode coming up.
Oh, man. So excited for it and not excited for it.
I don't know why they're bringing out all the villains already. It's not even the end of season 1. They like bring them all out.
Well, with Scarecrow was needed. It was like, if you follow the 2 episodes in between, like that whole Scarecrow, like, I guess, saga, it's understandable why they did that. And I really enjoyed it after I found out. The whole time I thought that this one dude who was going around doing like the fear toxin stuff, I thought he was Scarecrow, and then you find out he's his father. He's Dr. Crane's father.
Mm.
So this pretty much just shows why Crane is obsessed with fear and why he's so psychopathic. It was a really nice touch. But Joker, I'm kind of like on the ropes about.
Didn't they say that they were just going to hint at like the Joker now, and then now the whole episode's like, ooh, it's a joke, and it's like, let's do a joke pun and show his face, and like he's like doing a laugh.
They're trying too hard.
They're
for
like not,
Heath Ledger.
Oh, we're gonna like give you a little glimpse of the Joker, but they're like having like, this is the Joker episode. This is the Joker episode.
Well, that's the other thing. Like, is he gonna be the Red Hood? Is he just gonna be a petty criminal, or is he gonna be the full Joker?
I have no idea.
Because if they're going for like straight up Joker, they're fucking ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. You can't even have the Joker for like at least another, what, 20 years?
Yeah, till Bruce is Batman.
What the hell is he gonna do for 20 years?
Chill.
Just hang out?
In the circus.
He's gonna be old as hell.
Telling shitty jokes.
If he's like 20, he's gonna be 40.
Well, no, because Joker doesn't age.
Yeah, if we're going by comic standards, Joker's like immortal, sure.
So he'll be 20 forever.
No. Unless he's a vampire. Unless they've confirmed vampires for Gotham.
It's a part of Spider-Man. Why not put it on Gotham?
It's a part of Gotham, too. Like, there's like vampires.
Were there?
Yeah. There's always like vampires and shit.
In Gotham?
Yeah.
The show?
Not the show.
Oh.
The comics.
I thought you were saying that they like did vampires in the show.
No. That would make the show like worth watching.
So not the Joker, not fucking Catwoman, not anyone,
It's
just vampires.
Gotham is literally over the top 1980s New York City. That's what it is. That's what the show is. It's like, oh, so much crime. It's like hilarious. And then like all the villains from Batman. But they should have some elements of like supernatural and like, you know, I wanted some more horror stuff. Like give me some Gotham by Midnight shit.
That would have been really cool if they did that shit.
Add some of that stuff to it.
I like that it follows Jim Gordon, but kind of pisses me off.
Why?
Because I feel like no matter what situation they put Jim in, you're just like, I know this is going to survive.
Well, that's the same thing you get with Better Call Saul.
I guess, but I don't know. Better Call Saul entices me more. It's like how he got all his connects. I mean, I guess you can say the same for Jim, but he's a cop, so he's supposed to have connects.
He's Cop 1.
He's Cop 1. He's above Batman.
You gotta know how he became Cop 1. How he elevated himself to one cop.
He went to Bullock and was like, fuck you.
I feel like Gotham would have been better if they had done it much later. They did it way too early, I think.
Yeah, it would have been nice if it was like after Bruce's parents' deaths, but also after Bruce kind of is running his corporation.
They could have done maybe started the series with the scene where his parents get shot, but then jump ahead maybe 15 years.
Have like 20-year-old Bruce?
Yeah, or like maybe have, maybe not 15 years, but have him be like maybe 18 or something, and then that's when Jim shows up.
That would have been a nice touch.
And maybe have that whole, have his first case still be the Wayne's murder, but have it be like a cold case that like hasn't been solved.
And that's been around for years instead of being around for like 3 months.
Yeah, and then have it be like, oh, like I just have him randomly come across a clue and be like, oh shit, and then like
Yeah, like they randomly keep going back to Bruce, and it's just like, I haven't forgotten about your parents' murder case.
That's my problem, is that they keep bringing out the villains and stuff, and it's like, well, we have to wait at least 15 seasons before he becomes Batman. So it's like, what are these guys going to be doing for so long?
I remember reading somewhere, I don't remember where, but it was talk that they might do a time skip in season 2 to where Bruce is older, like 20s.
So what they should have done to begin with, you
and
mean?
Yeah, and I think they just wanted to establish certain names and faces now. I like the whole thing going on with the Penguin.
That's cool. That's the only part that I think is cool.
Yeah. And I always thought that it was weird that Penguin just kind of showed up to Gotham like, I look like a penguin, fuck you, I run your mob. But this is really cool. I liked it.
I'm glad you like it.
Gotham. Show sucks, except for Penguin. And we'll see about the Joker.
All right. So what did you think about Better Call Saul? What are your thoughts on it? Your opinions?
I loved both episodes.
Me too.
Cinnabon gave out free Cinnabuns for the first episode.
Yeah.
And it's already getting like such amazing reviews.
I really like the way that they direct the episodes, the composition, the use of colors. It's really reminiscent of Breaking Bad.
I also really like that they're showing faces already of characters from Breaking Bad. They're not waiting it out. It's just like, bam, Tuco, first episode. And like, it's already picking up pretty fast because episode 2 leaves off where Saul gets a number for this dude if he wants to like rob someone for $1.5 million or some shit.
See, what I think they should have done is they should have started Better Call Saul maybe 15 years earlier when Walter's parents get killed and have a young Saul like be the lawyer that convicts Walter's parents' murderer, and that be like the beginning.
And then just show Tuco 15 years prior.
A 15-year-old Tuco
and Gustavo.
Yeah, and show them as like young, have like a very young, Jesse's mom is like pregnant with him, and
so pretty much what Gotham's doing,
more or less. And then you have like a young Gustavo like kisses Walter on the cheek or whatever. Establish that relationship early on.
That's so random.
Gustavo's like Catwoman,
Would you compare him to Catwoman?
like Gus Fring, the Catwoman? Walt's Catwoman.
Gus Fring, yeah, Catwoman.
Because they're always like fighting, but then they're like friends, and they're like together, but they're not together.
Shouldn't Jesse be Catwoman?
No, Jesse's Robin.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, he's Robin.
And then like Jesse after Gustavo is like Nightwing?
Yeah.
Or he hates... I guess so.
The end of Breaking Bad, Jesse becomes Nightwing.
No, he has to become Nightwing like before.
Well, I guess thematically he becomes Nightwing before, because they're not like on speaking terms for a very long time.
I always loved Jesse. I loved his character.
And Hank could be like Jim. Anyway, I really like Better Call Saul. It's funny. It's got the dramas in it. I'm really interested to see the post-Breaking Bad stuff again, see what's going on afterwards.
I really love that it established a beef between Saul and that other guy. What's his name? The dude who's like a hitman? The old guy?
Mike?
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah, and his stickers.
I mean, come on, bro. Just get your fucking stickers together. Come on. What are you doing? You know he's gonna bust your balls every time. Why do you just keep going?
I'm really interested to see how that relationship develops.
I want to see what causes Mike to be how he is.
Maybe he's already a hitman, and he's just... Or he has a history as a hitman.
Well, I know he already had, like, history as a cop, and then, like, after he is a cop, he becomes the hitman, but...
So maybe this is, like, in between.
Like, traffic cop days?
Yeah. He's, like, post-cop, but pre, like, hitman.
That'd be pretty cool. I feel... No, that doesn't make sense. I was gonna say, I think that, like, Saul's gonna go on this adventure with this guy to steal the $1.5 million. He's gonna go up to Mike and be like, I need you to kill some people for me.
Well, he doesn't know yet, like, his background.
I know, that's why I'm saying it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Can't wait to see what happens next.
Something big has to happen.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. They're definitely building towards something. Some, like, change.
Do you think that they're gonna last more than a season?
Yeah.
How many seasons do you think?
Like 5?
That'd be nice.
Like five solid seasons. Like Breaking Bad.
So it's gonna be Breaking Bad V2.
That's essentially what it is now, anyway.
It was like Breaking Bad V.5.
1.5.
I want to see him also interact with, like, younger Walter.
Well, they don't really officially meet until Breaking Bad, but they're probably going to have some kind of appearance.
I just want Bryan Cranston on the show.
They're for sure going to work him back in there somehow. If they can do a flash forward and then a prequel, they can do, like, a during part of the show, too. Like,
I think that's going to be more towards the end of the series.
Like a present Flash. Is that even a thing? Like a few flash forward, flash back,
Flash present,
flash mod. I don't know. Flash present.
Flash.
Well, it wouldn't be present because present is kind of the way
Breaking Bad ends.
The
you're
Cinnabon
right.
stuff is like flash present. Flash.
So then that's not really flash forward. So it'd be like a flashback within a flashback.
It'd be a pre. I don't know. I'm not even gonna like do that.
This is more convoluted than Naruto.
Which is why I don't follow, or never followed Naruto.
I mean, that shit ended like so awesomely.
So you say.
Fuck you. Take my word for it.
So you read Darth Vader?
Yes, I read Darth Vader. Who hasn't? If you haven't read Darth Vader, stop listening and go pick that shit up.
If you can find it. Because that issue 1 of Star Wars, like...
LCS has it.
Flew off the shelves.
LCS. Local comic shops.
Yeah, definitely read Vader 1, because that was an awesome book.
If I can't find it at our LCS, I'm definitely going to have to buy that shit online, and I will. Determined. What did you think of Vader?
I thought it was awesome. I really like seeing the similar storyline from the Star Wars book, but from Vader's point of view. I thought that was awesome. I really like the opening like text crawl at the beginning of the book and how it was like a long time ago, like Star Wars issue 1, and then it was like Star Wars Darth Vader on the splash page, and then the crawl was basically what you would see the opening crawls for Star Wars if the bad guys wrote them, which I thought was great. How it was like, chaos looms, because the chaos was the rebels, and it's just like, this is so awesome. This is like the bad guy opening.
I loved his interaction with Jabba the Hutt. I love how that shit went down.
Yeah, I like the back and forth between the two of them.
And like, Jabba went to like throw him in the pit with the Rancor, and he just like stepped back like, bitch, I know.
And then he was like fighting the guys with the lightsaber, but he only used one hand.
Yeah.
He was like, I was like, I don't even need to fucking use both my hands.
He was like, Jabba, I can have a conversation and fuck these guys up. Oh man, it just made Vader look so much more badass.
This is exactly what I wanted out of the Darth Vader series. I wanted Darth Vader like unapologetically bad, like kicking ass and just full dark side. Like,
it was so fucking awesome. And then when Jabba called him a Jedi, and he's just like, Jedis use mind tricks.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, like, you just called this motherfucker a Jedi. Like, you don't do that. You don't call Vader a Jedi. And I like how they followed up on what happened in Star Wars 2 with Vader and the lightsaber.
I have to bring up with Star Wars issue 2. The stormtrooper that saw Vader's face. I feel so bad for that guy.
Twisted his neck.
He just like snapped his neck right there. I was like, fuck you. No.
I do like the whole, how they're sort of fleshing out the timeline. Instead of just having it contained to just Star Wars. They're really committed to this timeline, and that's good on them. Because they're branching out with Vader, and then they're doing a little bit before the Star Wars series with Leia. So maybe Leia's going to lead into the actual Star Wars
that's what I was going to say. I think Leia's going to, like, at least the first issue is going to probably lead into what they're doing.
In Star Wars?
Yeah.
And then Vader's going to give you the opposite perspective, the Empire perspective.
Well, I also I love that page on Vader where it shows his perspective of him looking at his own lightsaber.
Yeah.
I thought that shit was so awesomely done.
I like that they followed up on that scene because I was really itching to like have more of that. So I'm glad that they picked it up in Vader.
I also like how Vader is like Palpatine's bitch.
I mean, he's always kind of like his subordinate, but like Palpatine's
yeah, but like he spoke up to Palpatine, and Palpatine was like, "Shut the fuck up."
He's like, "You don't need to know. This is none of your business, Vader.
Who are you? You are not Samuel L. Jackson."
And then he like demoted him too, like.
Yeah, he was just like, "You're a little bitch. Go away."
But that ending where he like hired Boba Fett and like that evil Wookiee.
Yo, what was up with that? That was like if Chewbacca just fucking...
That was like Dark Side Chewbacca, basically. That's like evil Han and Chewie right there. Boba Fett and like this new guy.
I wonder what happens to evil Chewie.
I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out.
He has a cool ass looking like scar.
And just the way Vader 1 ended with him with the Sand People.
Oh yeah, yeah, where he met Boba Fett, and like Sand People are just dead around him. They're just having a casual conversation.
Yeah, and there's like dead bodies like surrounding Vader. I just like that he went back and like finished the job that he started in episode 2 of like he was like so upset that he like killed all those Sand People, but now he's just like fuck these people, I'm gonna murder them all.
I like how he's also already trying to figure out who this guy is with his lightsaber.
Yeah, Luke.
He was like, well, if Obi-Wan gave him the lightsaber,
he's like trying to...
Who the fuck can this be?
It's a cool like little mystery, even though we know the answer, to see like Vader put together the pieces.
Yeah,
so I hope they do
I wonder
more of
at
that.
what point Vader figures it out.
Because you know he figures it out like by the time Empire happens.
Yeah.
So he kind of already knows that Luke is who he is.
But this just raises the question, like, how long has Vader known?
Yeah, and like
why hasn't Vader chosen to confront him?
How does he ultimately figure out?
And I laughed so hard at that one panel that you were telling me about. You killed my father. I've killed many fathers.
Yeah, that's far away my favorite part of the second issue of Star Wars.
That page just had me.
If it really came down to it, which one would you follow more? If you can only follow one of the Star Wars
If I can only follow one, Vader.
Me too. Like, honestly.
I would have liked to see Vader's perspective on the 2 people he killed with his old lightsaber. Like the one that he just fucking threw it.
Yeah.
Killed a dude, and then threw it again and killed another dude. Like, Vader, you just murdering people by throwing shit.
I want to talk about the end of Amazing Spider-Man, but you still haven't read Spider-Verse, so you know what?
Just go for it.
No, I'm not going to go for it. I'm gonna put a pin in this conversation, and I'm going to wait, and I'm going to hold you to finishing Spider-Verse.
Well, I'm hoping to finish it this week. That's kind of unrealistic, but I'm hoping.
Well, you have 2 weeks, because in 2 weeks is when the epilogue comes out. I'm going to read the epilogue, and I want you to be caught up by the time the epilogue comes out. Because that way, when we do that episode, we can do a whole like perspective on all of Spider-Verse.
That sounds good.
So I'm going to hold off talking about Spider-Verse, the last issue, and then we'll pick it up in like 2 weeks.
All right.
Sound good? However, did you see my variant cover of Amazing Spider-Man?
No.
You didn't see the Gwen Stacy cover?
No.
I sent you a picture of it.
I did not get that.
It's cool. It's a little photograph of like Gwen Stacy, and that was the variant for it.
That's so fucking cool.
It's like for Gwen from Peter or something.
Oh man,
it's a great variant. It was like the last one in the store when I went.
You should have. I'm so glad you picked that shit up.
I was like, gotta get it.
Yeah, because you and Gwen Stacy are like BFFs.
I can't wait for Spider-Gwen. I'm going to say this every week, but in 2 weeks...
Well, it comes out with Leia, so...
Yeah, it comes out at the same time as Leia, so we're going to talk about the end of Spider-Verse, we're going to talk about Leia...
I actually have to get that pulled. Like Leia, Vader, and Spider-Gwen. I'm going to do that this week when I go to LCS.
I'm probably going to add Leia, but I don't think I need to because I'm there every Wednesday anyway.
Yeah, I definitely need to.
But I'll probably add it anyway, because it's only a mini, so it doesn't really matter. And also, Spider-Man 2099 is dropping from my list, evidently. So I'll have an opening on my list for a new ongoing.
That's true. I don't know if I want to continue it to the end.
Why not? Do you have issue 1?
Yeah, I have all of them.
So why not just have the complete volume 2 of Spider-Man?
2099.
Yeah, 2099.
Yeah.
Why not have the whole volume 2 of it?
That's true.
That's what I'm gonna do. I dropped Red Lantern because I wasn't starting from the start.
I forgot you dropped Red Lantern.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm a little upset that Red Lantern ended, but not too upset. Not as upset as I am that 2099 is ending, because I really enjoyed 2099.
Yeah, 2099 was a pretty fun adventure.
And I have absolutely no desire to follow the entire 2099, like the whole universe. Don't care. Just cared about Spider-Man. That's it.
I only care about some, like, 2099 characters seeing.
It's like putting out a book called Marvel, and it's just every hero in one book. Like, why? I want just Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to read about Iron Man or, for example. Yeah, they just like Marvel, and it's like everyone. That's what 2099 is. It's like every hero from 2099. It's like you can't do that. It's gonna be too crazy.
Leave it to Marvel to do some shit like that.
We're canceling all our books and just putting out Marvel.
It's like DC putting out a book called Bat. Is everything Bat related?
The whole Bat family just in one book.
Just everyone.
Or like just one X-Men book. Covering all 47 X-Men ongoings.
Speaking of X-Men ongoings, there are too many X-Men ongoings.
Don't even get me started on X-Men.
The last time we counted, there was like 20-something.
No. Nope.
Not having.
So we're not going to cover Amazing. I'll save that for our overall. The Harley Quinn Valentine's Day special was pretty cool. It's just like all the other specials that they put out. It's like has no bearing on the main ongoing. Nothing has any bearing, I think, honestly. Let me just say that.
Even the main ongoing.
Yeah, the main ongoing has no bearing on the main ongoing. There's just like no permanence to this series. But she steals a lot of money to donate to this Bruce Wayne auction. Because Bruce Wayne...
Why does she want to steal money to donate?
The Wayne Enterprises or whatever is opening up an animal shelter for like dogs and cats or something, and in order to raise,
she wants her hyenas to be nice and fed and not on the streets.
No, so in order to raise money for the shelter, Bruce Wayne puts himself on auction as like a bachelor. You get to go on a date with Bruce Wayne, so she steals like $1 million to like donate, and she goes on a date with Bruce Wayne, and it's like this whole thing. And Bruce knows, obviously, about Harley Quinn, so he's like, what the hell is she up to? And there's, like, this whole scene where he gets kidnapped by people who are trying to, like, obviously steal money from the fucking fundraiser. Yeah. So Harley Quinn comes to his rescue, and he's like, wow, that's weird. Like, she's saving me. Like, I wasn't expecting that. So, like, they have this whole, like, moment, and then they, like, kiss, and then, like, Batman visits Harley.
Does she kiss him or does he kiss her?
It was like the end of their date. They like kiss.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on Batman visits her on her building. He's like, I'm always watching you, Harley. I don't believe that you were like a good person now. And she's like, whatever, man. You're on a private property. Get off my building. She literally says this. Like, I have my rights. Get off my property,
Fucking
Batman.
leave it to Harley Quinn.
She's like,
I just be like, why are you breaking the law, Batman? Not like I just broke the law, but shut the fuck up.
So she's like, before Batman leaves, she's just like, I need to know, and she like kisses him, and then Batman like leaves, and she's like, yeah, that can't be Bruce Wayne. He's a terrible kisser. Bruce Wayne's not. It's just like, well, I mean, obviously as Batman, he tries to be a terrible kisser to fool people who have kissed him as Bruce.
I mean, that fucking leaves everyone. Selena, fucking Poison Ivy at one point.
I feel like Selena knows who Bruce is, though.
Selena has to know who Bruce is. He's like the love interest.
I think she knows as of Forever Evil. Because he takes her to, like, the Batcave.
I don't remember that whole thing happening.
Yeah, there's this whole part where he has to bring her to the Batcave or something.
Oh, yeah. So she definitely knows.
She has to, at this point. Maybe not before, but I feel like she does.
I mean, they've even depicted it in some of DC's animations where, like, they're love interests.
Well, yeah. They're, like, on again, off again.
Yeah.
Like Walt and Gus.
Back to this.
I also picked up Conan and Red Sonja, too.
Oh, man.
I like what they're doing with this series because it's not a continuous storyline in that issue 1 has them doing an event and then issue 2 picks up immediately after. I feel like with this series what they're doing is they pick up at several different points in their careers. So issue 1 was them early on and issue 2 picks up 6 years later. And they're like captains of like ships now and Conan's like a pirate and like they're in different places. So it's cool seeing them, like, because I have very little experience reading Red Sonja, and I have no experience with Conan. So them jumping around the timeline is cool because I get to see both characters as they are in like different times of their lives. So it gives you like a quick like brush up on who these people are. And even though it picks up 6 years later, it's still going back to that storyline in the first issue with the evil like plants that kill everybody. So they're still trying to find basically the island that the plants took over, and it's like everything's dead except for like this evil wizard who wants to control the world with the plants. And yeah, so they're like, fuck this guy, so they like fight him or whatever, and Red Sonja like distracts him or whatever, and Conan like stabs him, but he like gets away with like magic or whatever, and they decide to burn the entire island. Like, they burn the whole island. They're like, fuck, we gotta get rid of it. Like, there's no saving the island. Just fucking
scrap it.
Burn everything. Yeah. So I'm like, the wizard's like, I want to take over the world. So, like, maybe the next issue they burn the world. It's like, we're gonna, fuck it. This is how we save everything. We're just gonna fucking burn everything down.
Oh, man. I mean, if that's their solution to every problem, I'd just burn all of my homework when I was... when I had classes.
It's done, burn. Well, because issue 1, they burned the seeds, and that didn't stop it. They burned the island. I doubt that's going to stop it.
So now they have to burn the planet. I mean...
They're just going to burn the world.
Just kind of just...
Or maybe stop burning things. Maybe that's the answer. That can't be your solution to every problem. Just burn it down.
I mean, when you're a barbarian, fuck it.
I guess so. They're like warriors, so that's all they know is like fighting with swords and like burning shit. But it's a great series. It's like a lot of action. There's like some funny moments, and then it's just like
you have to let me know next month what they burn.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep you updated to what they're burning next time.
Maybe it won't be. Maybe it'll be like the city of Manhattan.
It'll be present time. Yeah, it's like we gotta burn Manhattan. We gotta burn 2099 down. There's too much going on. It's just burn out the whole time.
That's what Marvel is going to do. That's going to be their solution.
That's what they did to the Marvel Universe. They just burned it all down and made it to one planet. Battle World.
That's what they're going to do with Bat. Following the complete Bat series. Just fuck it.
Bat Family.
Burn it.
Burn it. Alright, so that's comics. For video games, there's only one thing that I want to talk about this week, and you know what that is?
Majora's Mask.
Majora's Mask.
Oh, man.
Thoughts? You played a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Thoughts?
So, just everything about it looks so fucking amazing.
Right? It looks great.
I love it. I love the intro animation with Skull Kid, that whole interaction, compared to, like, the N64 version. It just...
It's like really, it's such a significant upgrade, I feel.
Yeah.
Like character models and stuff just look more detailed.
I mean, with Ocarina, we had the upgrade to the GameCube version. With this, it was just straight from N64 to 3DS.
Yeah, just the remodeling of like everything. Even enemies are like got a big bump.
Yeah, I haven't gotten that far.
I played a lot more than you did, I think.
Yeah, I've only played like, I'm going to say maybe a half an hour.
I'm probably a quarter of the way in at this point. I finished the first dungeon, I saved the first fairy, and I did a few side quests.
Did you burn down an island?
No, not yet. I'm getting there. Gonna burn. I burned down the entire town a few times.
Maybe
with
you
the
should
moon.
just burn down Skull Kid.
I'm getting there.
Just burn that guy.
I like the new songs that they put in there, like the double time, how you can move to any point in the timeline from where you are. So you can't move it back, but you can.
You can only move it forward.
You can only move it forward, but you can move it to any hour.
But can you? All right, so can you use the song to reverse time and then use the song of double time?
Well, you can do the Song of Time, get to the beginning of the first day, and then do that, and then move to any point. But that's all you can do. The Song of Inverted Song of Time slows down the way time moves. So instead of like 45 seconds for every hour in the game, it's like 1-to-1, like a minute is an hour. So you get 15 extra seconds every hour. Which is
that can make a significant change.
As soon as you learn the Song of Time, which is like the first song you learn, you can immediately just do those two songs also.
All right, so here's the thing. This follows directly after Ocarina. Why doesn't this kid already know the Song of Time?
He forgot it, then he remembers it.
He forgot it?
Yeah, he doesn't, like, there's this whole scene at the end of the first 3 days where the moon's about to crash in, and then he gets a flashback to Zelda, and then he remembers. So I don't know, there's like that whole, like, how long has it been since the end of Ocarina to Majora's Mask? And then, you know, there's like 1,000 fan theories out there that like Link's dead and like Termina's like the afterlife or whatever, because there's so many references to like ghosts and like, you know, dead people and like dying. And
there's
like,
also that like creepy thing where there's a girl in the bar and she says that she's too young to drink, and then if you go there, that's like day 1. If you go there day 3, the sister says how she pretty much got her sister drunk so that she doesn't realize the world is ending. Yeah, it's a really fucking dark.
There's a lot of dark stuff in this one. That's why it's I think my favorite Zelda.
Because Legend of Zelda is kind of cheery. It's just like, save the princess!
Yeah, it's like, go save the princess, and Majora's Mask is like really just a very...
Now it's just like, who the fuck is Ganon? It's just Skull Kid is God.
There's like a lot of themes of like, you know, depression and death and like anxiety, and it's just like everything about it's just like, you know, the world is ending, and all you can do is bring it back a little bit. You can't go before the fucking 3 days. You're trapped. So,
and then you also have the fact that the town has this giant fucking device created to try to stop the moon, which doesn't work ever.
Yeah, I really love it. I think it's, like I said, I think it's my favorite Zelda just because of how different it is thematically to all the other Zeldas. It's not like, oh, save the princess. It's like, you know,
we need to get shit done.
Yeah, we gotta fucking try to reverse this nightmare scenario.
Yeah, I never played Majora's Mask to the end, so I don't know how stopping Skull Kid stops the moon.
I think Skull Kid's the one bringing the moon down with like his like.
What does Skull Kid look like without wearing Majora's Mask?
He's got like red eyes or something. You see it if you play a little bit longer. You'll. One of the first flashbacks is like him without the mask. So, I never played it to completion either. As you know, like I've never finished a single Zelda, but I'm determined to make this the first one that I finish. So
this will be my 4th.
What other ones did you finish?
Ocarina, A Link to the Past, and the original 2.
I would like to finish those. Once I finish Majora's Mask, I think I'm going to move on to Link's Awakening, because that's the other Zelda game on my 3DS. And then I'll eventually go and finish Wind Waker again. And then, or for the first time. But, like, actually, like...
Get back into it again.
Yeah. And then I want to go back. I want to play Zelda 2. I want to play Link to the Past.
See, I got the original 2 Zelda games from the Ambassador program on the 3DS, so I just have no.
Yeah, bastard with your Ambassador program.
I'm telling you, just call Nintendo. Stan had an issue with calling Nintendo where he got the only dude pissed off to work at Nintendo.
He had like the worst
for some
attitude.
fucking reason. Why would you be mad if you're working at Nintendo?
Yeah, I don't understand. The person I talked to in customer service was just like, so all I want is the ambassador program on my current 3DS, because the original 3DS that I owned that had the ambassador program on, I had to sell, essentially, so I don't have access to it anymore. So all I tried to do is have that ambassador program that I am entitled to because I was an early adopter on my current 3DS, and apparently that's like the most.
And you have it registered on your
my Club Nintendo account. Yeah, it's all registered. All those games are registered, but I can't access any of them. And calling them just gave me the guy with the worst attitude on the planet. If I was working at Nintendo, I would be so happy. I would be like, yes, fucking Nintendo.
This dude made, like, the way that you're explaining it, this dude makes it sound like Shigeru Miyamoto is Hitler. Like,
let's not draw that comparison.
Shigeru Miyamoto is fucking awesome.
It should not be that hard, especially if it's in my history. With Sony, I can re-download all of the games.
Do you have your new 3DS registered on Club Nintendo?
Yes.
I'm giving them a call for you.
And I have the original serial number of the Ambassador 3DS. And it's also registered on the same account that the Ambassador program itself is registered on.
You still have the box to it?
No, but if you go on the Club Nintendo account, you can see all the serial numbers.
Oh, because
of
you
your
also redeemed the warranty, right?
Yeah. So I have all the information. They just won't do it for me.
Okay. I'm giving them a call for you.
Thanks.
Making a judgment call.
Let's hope I can get that.
So it's going to happen.
That way I can go back and play the original Zeldas.
Yeah.
But, I'm gonna keep playing Majora's Mask, and next week I'll update you to where I am. You can tell me where you're at. Well, it'll be like a book club, but with Zelda. We'll just keep going.
So like Daredevil?
Yeah.
The Daredevil book club. Well, first is gonna be the Majora's Mask book club.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see where we're at next week, and that's it. That's all we got this week.
That's all we got this week. It was actually a short bit of stuff. But we always stretch out the short stuff for some reason.
Because we had, honestly, it seemed like a short amount of things, but we had like a lot that we wanted to say about the things that were there.
That's true.
We had a lot to say about the Spider-Man stuff. We had a lot to say about Leia. We had a lot to say about, the comics, Majora's Mask.
TV shows.
Lots of TV
everything.
show stuff to talk about. We're gonna have a significant drop in like content once like Arrow and Flash are like done and like Gotham is done and.
Well, they're all gonna drop around the same time.
Yeah, so we'll only be able to follow really Better Call Saul and maybe Walking Dead
And video games.
and video game stuff.
And, of course, comics.
Always comics.
Every week.
Every week.
It's never gonna stop.
If you don't have something to talk about, I sure as hell will.
Oh, I will. I will. Oh, well, around the same times that those and Convergence and Secret Wars will start.
Yeah, so we'll have like a whole, and of course E3.
We're always going to cover E3.
We're going to have, I think, an entire episode just dedicated to E3.
Yeah. Since we record on Sundays, it's like the last day of E3.
Yeah, so we'll do just a straight up, no talk about anything but E3.
Reveals.
Like all the E3 stuff, and
that's going to be really fun.
A special E3 episode, and then next week we'll go back to regular scheduled programming. Scheduled programming?
Yeah. What are we, a TV show now?
I mean, we're like a weekly episodic, show. So why not?
I like this.
The continuing adventures of the Super Nerd Pals is what it is.
To be continued.
To be continued next week. Same nerd time, same nerd channel.
So if people want to find us, where can they do that?
You can find us on Twitter at SuperNerdPals and Gmail at SuperNerdPals.
Well, supernerdpals@gmail.com.
Yes, that thing. Email us your questions and comments.
Or concerns.
Or concerns or topics.
About Stan's not finishing any Legend of Zelda game.
God, please. Or him not even starting Donkey Kong Country.
Shut the fuck up!
You can find me on Twitter at Stan Doom.
Doom,
like Dr. Doom. And this guy at
Joe_Tuna. Check us out. Later, guys.